In this video, we're going to learn how to prep some onions. So step one here of the prepping onions journey is that we need to rinse the onions off. So just get off any like surface mold or any dirt that you may see on onion. So after you are done rinsing, you're going to bring that strainer over to the prep table. And here I have set up the cutting mechanism. Here we have like the rotary slicer, and you see that we have here, I'll name this stuff out here. Get my pen out. Okay, so this thing here is called the rotary slicer, I guess you could say. And then this black cambro here is a 1/3 deep cambro. And then when I'm done chopping the onions, I will put it into this 1/6 size cambro. Okay, so, and then obviously over here we have the cutting board. So these are the different tools that you will need to complete this task. Okay, so step one of doing this is you need to cut the ends off, as you see here. So I chopped off one end there, chopped off the other end, and you can see the knife I'm using. So I'm using this large vegetable cutting knife there. Then the next step is you're going to chop that directly in half. You see I chopped it in half. Then remove the outer layer. Okay, so that you don't have any onion skin in your onion cuts. If you have a bad part of the onion, like as you see here, see if I can stop it right there. So see that bad part of the onion? So I'm going to just remove that. So remove whatever you need to if you have an onion like that. If the onion's too bad, then obviously don't use it. Just throw it out. Okay, then put the onion back together. You see, and then I placed it in the slicer. I will pause it there. So you see I put the two halves back together, placed it into the slicer. Obviously be careful of this. So that's very sharp. I'll put a little danger for the people watching it, so don't cut your finger on that. Okay, then we're going to slice this onion. Okay, and so as I'm slicing it, right, I'm turning the handle, and then the pieces are going into this cambro. And then just keep doing that with the other onions. Chop it off there. Cut it in half. Remove any outer layer. Put it into the slicer. Now let me put one tip here. So the pressure that you're putting with your hand here, you want it to be a medium pressure. Okay, so don't do it too light or don't do it too hard, because if you do it too light, then the onion slices will be too thin. If you press too firmly, the onion slices will be too thick. So you just want a normal medium pressure as you push the onion through with your hand. Okay, let's delete that and keep watching this. Okay, let me put another warning here. Warning, don't watch onions. Okay, so what that means is don't actually watch the onions being chopped in here, because then obviously what's going to happen is you're going to get onion fumes, right? So all these onion fumes, they're going to come up directly into your face, and then you're going to start crying, right? So actually do not watch or put your face over top of the onions like this. I'm doing it because I need to record it, but when you're actually doing the onions, don't actually look at the onions or you will start to cry. Okay, so that's a pro tip there. All right, so that's it for doing the onions. And then after you process all of them, you're going to move the onions into a 1/6 size cambro there. In this particular vegetable, you don't need a drain at the bottom because it's not really watery. So there's really no need to put that drain there at the bottom. Okay, so that's processing onions. So now you will give it a try at your Subway location.